we do here is work as hard as we can for short intervals to spend as many calories as possible and burn some fat. Today is chest, core, legs, and cardio day, and it's also Tabata day. So we're going to work hard and fast for 20 seconds, rest for 10, and repeat that 8 times for a 4-minute round. We're going to have 5 of those. Actually, we're only going to have 4 of those, and then we're going to have a nice, good finisher. So first, we're going to start off by getting warm. And we don't have any music this morning, so please put on your favorite playlist. This is your cue to do that right now. And my watch is also not working, so we're going to rely on this handy-dandy timer on my phone. Yay, technology. First, we're going to get started with warming up. Ooh, that's loud. So we're just going to squat
and stretch.
Thank you. And we're going to stretch. And come back down. Oh, and stretch those arms back. Wake those shoulders up. Feels so good to get things moving in the morning.
2, 1. Side lunge right.
Ooh, this is actually kind of nice. She's telling us what to do. So for this one, you want to keep your chest up. You don't want to lean forward. You want to keep your chest up. And if you're going to lean towards that extended leg and just feel that stretch. I'm just going to stay there for a moment. You can do a tiny little pulse if you like. But keep that chest up.
3, 2, 1. Side lunge left.
Now we're going to go to the left. She's actually quite handy, isn't she? She can help do some of the talking for me. Again, make sure you keep your chest up. Maybe that'll make doing this a little bit easier. Working and talking is very hard. Do a tiny little, remember if you're going to lean towards that extended leg. Don't lean towards your bent leg, lean towards your extended leg. Ooh, feel that nice good
3,
stretch.
2, 1. Squat walk out to baby cobra.
Ooh. All right, so I'm going to pause her. We're going to come down. We're going to squat. And we're going to walk it out and let those hips drop. And if you need to, you can be down on your elbows. You can stay up on your hands. Don't push it. You want your back to be relaxed. And go ahead and drop it down. And lift your chest back up. And drop it down. And lift your chest back up. This is just to wake up the back, a nice little gentle stretch. And back down. And up.
3, 2, 1. Hip flexor right.
Oh, we're going to do some hip flexors. So go ahead and put that right foot forward. Make sure your toes are in front of your knee, and we're going to stretch out that hip flexor, lean forward. Your toe should always be in front of your knee, so if you see that your knee is in front of your toe, scooch that foot forward. And then we're going to lean it back into a hamstring stretch. And one more time into that hip flexor. Do a hamstring stretch. Keep your chest up for this one also. 3, 2, 1.
Hip flexor left.
Let's go to the left. Again, remember that toe is in front of the knee and just lean forward and stretch out that hip flexor. Whoo, this feels so good in the morning. Ooh, and lean back for a hamstring stretch. And hip flexor. Hamstring. One more time, that hip flexor. And that hamstring stretch. 2, 1.
Standing mountain climbers.
Ooh, yay, standing mountain climbers. Love those. All right, so we're going to put your right arm up and your left knee up, and then we're going to switch. And I want you to build up so that you can pick up speed and go as fast as you can here. We want to get that heart rate up. But as long as you're moving, you're good. There we go. We're almost there. Should be feeling nice and warm by now. Knocking off those sweatshirts if you still have that on.
3,
2, 1.
break.
All right, so we are going to start with a 3 half pump push-up, which means we are going to get down on the ground and we are just going to be doing a pump 3 times in half a push-up and coming back up. We're going to repeat that 8 times, but keep your eyes on me. Then we're going to do some sumo jacks with dumbbells. Whew, I'm winded already. A squeeze press with our dumbbells and some 3 lunge pulses. So make sure you have those 5-pound dumbbells nearby. We're going to need those. All right, we're going to get down on the ground to start with some push-ups in just a few seconds. Make sure you also have water close by.
1, 3 pump pulse push-up.
So we're going to come down and pulse, 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 and up. Pulse, 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 and up. It's just a tiny little baby pulse at the halfway mark. Make sure you don't drop those hips and keep your core nice and strong.
1, rest.
Ooh, rest already. Stretch out those arms if you need to. We're going to jump back in 3, 2, 1.
3 pump pulse push-up.
She's very handy, actually. I like her. We might keep her. She's doing half of my job for me. Also, make sure when you're doing these push-ups that you keep your face forward. You don't want it looking underneath you, because if you fall, you will hurt that beautiful face.
Rest.
I'm gonna rest. Good job, guys.
3, 2, 1. 3 pump pulse push-up.
2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I'm really sore today, guys. 1, 2, 3. And that's when all of this is going to feel really great.
2, 1. Rest.
Ooh, as when you keep moving, even when you're sore. Ooh.
3, 2, 1. 3 pump pulse push-up.
2, 3. 1, 2. Make sure that your elbows aren't winging too far out. You don't want them out to the side there. You want to keep them as close to your rib cage as possible. If you need to, you can turn your hands out just a smidge.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Ooh-wee. Almost there, guys. We're about halfway.
3, 2, 1. 3 pump
1,
pulse push-up.
2, 3. 1, 2. It's kind of weird doing this in the silence. I hope you guys have some good music playing. Ooh, my arms are getting spicy. Take breaks where you need them.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
All right, rest time. Next, we're going to do our sumo jacks. So go ahead and grab those dumbbells. I'm going to give you a couple extra seconds so I can show you. Grab a sip of water if you need to. So sumo jacks. What we're going to do is we're going to drop into a sumo jack with our hands out in front. If these dumbbells are too heavy, that's okay. You don't need dumbbells. Your arms have weight. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to drop down to a sumo squat and back up. All right? So we're going to get started with that in 3, 2, 1.
3 pump pulse push-up.
Well, how's that for a technical difficulty? This timer is not so helpful. Just kidding. We're not done with our push-ups, you guys. Well, this is awkward. Sorry, we still have a few more rounds of push-ups. So no problem, things happen. We're just gonna get back down on the ground. We're gonna do those sumo squat jacks in just a minute, don't you worry. So go ahead and get back down into those push-ups. If it's not one thing, it's another, but we'll get through it, I promise. 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and back up. 1, 2, 3.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
This is what happens when you just rely on your timer and you're not counting in your head. So I'll have to try to remember. 3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Back into those push-ups.
Pump pulse push up.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And up. All right. Doing great, guys.
2, 1. Rest.
Whew. All right, here we go.
2, 1. 3 pump
1,
pulse push up.
2, 3. This is the last one. 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and up. Almost there. 3, 2, 1.
Rest.
Okay, now we're going to go ahead, grab some water. We are going to move on to our
1.
our dumbbell squat jacks. So get your 5-pound weights, your 3-pound weights, or your no weights. Either way is fine, but do grab some water. Hydration is important. We'll see if we can stay on top of things going forward and have no more mix-ups. That would be awesome. All right. So again, these dumbbells, you're going to drop into a sumo squat and extend those arms out in front. You want them to be straight out in front.
3,
We're going to get started
1. Easy sumo jab.
and drop and up and drop and up. If you're like, there's no way I'm dropping, then just go to a sumo squat and up, a sumo squat and up. You don't have to jump. You just have to keep moving. That's all. 3, 2, 1.
Rest.
In fact, my very sore glutes say maybe I won't be doing as much jumping as I thought this morning. Whew. And 3, 2, 1.
Easy sumo jab.
It's totally fine if you're just doing a sumo squat and extending those arms out in front. Perfectly fine if you need to drop your dumbbells. Just keep moving.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
That was only 2, so we still have a few more left. And 3,
3,
2, 1.
Easy sumo jab.
If you can do the jump, this will get you a little more cardio and will be really good for you. But again, maybe your hip is saying no, and you just got to do the squats. That's okay too. 3, 2, 1.
Rest.
Whew. You're doing great, guys. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Easy sumo jab.
There we go. And next, we're going to be laying on the ground and doing a squeeze press. So, going to get ready to get back down on the ground after these. Those arms are probably feeling pretty spicy.
2, 1.
Rest. If you need to, go ahead and drop the dumbbells. Totally fine. Here we go, guys.
2, 1. Easy sumo jab.
Ooh, it's hard to work and talk for sure. Make sure when you're squatting, you're sticking your butt out. I always tell people,
2, 1.
rest.
Rest.
You want to pretend there's a chair behind you that if you sat down, you'd fall into it. Ooh, 3, 2, 1.
Easy sumo
So
jab.
stick that tushy out and back up. That's how you know you're doing it right, if you feel like you're sticking your butt out. Good job, guys. Keep going. 2, 1.
Rest.
We're almost there, you guys. Just a couple more. 3, 2, 1.
Easy sumo jab.
Good job, you guys. 2, 1.
Rest.
Whew. We're almost there. Whew. Almost there. 3, 2, 1.
Baby sumo jab.
This is the last one, you guys. So close. We're almost halfway through. You're doing great. You can finish this one up. Whew.
3,
2, 1.
rest.
Great success. All right. Go ahead and grab some water.
3, 2, 1. Break.
Go ahead and grab some water. Then when you come back, we're going to get on the ground and we're going to do a dumbbell squeeze press. So I'm going to show you that while you guys are getting your water. But what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze your dumbbells, press them together, and lift. I'm really sore today, so I'm using some 5 pounds, but feel free to use 8 pounds if you would like, or less if you would like.
1.
So let's get down on the ground, and we're going to get started with those in 3, 2, 1.
Baby squeeze press.
So squeeze and press, squeeze and press. The idea is to squeeze. You should be feeling that. Ooh.
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Rest.
Ooh, we're going to take a rest there for a second. Ooh. I'm definitely feeling that in my arms. 2, 1.
Baby squeeze press.
If you need to go a little heavier or a little lighter, that is totally fine. Make sure you are squeezing. If you're not squeezing, you're missing half the workout.
3,
2, 1.
rest.
You should just be lifting these dumbbells straight up above you, not over your face, just straight above you from your chest.
3,
2, 1, and
baby
squeeze.
squeeze press.
Squeeze and press. Squeeze and press. Ooh.
3,
3, 2, 1.
rest.
Rest. All right, we're getting close.
3,
2, 1, and squeeze and press. Squeeze and press. Squeeze and press. Oh my goodness, my biceps are getting spicy. That's the good stuff right there.
3,
2, 1, rest. We're about halfway through, you guys.
3,
2, 1, squeeze and press. All right. Oh, definitely glad I went with the 5 pounds. I've been doing a lot of arm stuff since I got back from my trip. Very sore. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we've got just a few left. And then we're going to move on to our last Tabata, lunges. 1,
Baby squeeze press.
press. And press. And it's okay if you are feeling like you need to drop the weights entirely. Go for it. I would start with first trying to drop the weight a little bit. And then if that's too much, go ahead and drop the weights all together.
3,
2, 1.
1. Rest.
Ooh, and rest. 3, 2, 1.
Baby squeeze
Squeeze
press.
and press. Squeeze and press. Oh yeah. Spicy, spicy.
2, 1.
And rest.
Rest.
Those are some spicy chicken wings. All right, almost there, you guys. Just a couple left.
3,
3,
2,
2, 1.
baby squeeze press.
And up. And squeeze. The squeeze is half the fun. 3, 2, 1.
Rest.
Okay. I missed it. That was our last one. We're going to go ahead and take a break.
2, 1. Break.
And then we're going to do some 3 lunge alternating pulses. So we all know what lunges are. It's lunge time, not to be confused with lunchtime. So we're going to go ahead and start with our right foot, and we're going to do a lunge with 3 pulses, and then we're going to switch. So we got 8 of those, and we're going to get started here in just a few seconds. All right, you guys. 3, 2, 1.
All 3 lunge pulse.
Make sure you take a big step back and pulse, pulse, pulse together. You want to make sure that, again, pulse, pulse, pulse. Your toe should be in front of your knee. If your knee is tracking in front of your toe, you need to take a bigger step backwards.
1. Rest.
Rest. And 3, 2, 1.
All 3 lunge pulse.
Now also make sure that when you are in your pulse, you're not putting all your weight on your front foot. Lean back on that back foot and put some weight on the back. See? Focus your weight on the back, and you'll see how much easier these guys are.
3,
2, 1.
rest.
And go slow. Maybe your pace is a little bit slower than mine. That's okay. Take it at your own pace. That's what we're all about.
3, 2, 1.
And right back in.
All 3 lunge pulse.
1, 2, 3. It's okay if you're going slower. It's okay if you're going faster. Just make sure you're keeping your balance. And if you're rocking from side to side, slow down a little bit. Take your time. Up. And 3, 2, 1. Take that rest. Whew. After these bad boys, we're going to do our little finisher.
3,
2, 1.
all 3 lunge pulse.
You'll notice I'm standing on my mat to where I know I need to step right behind the edge onto the black part of the floor. If you need a trick like that, go for it. Find the perfect spot on your mat and use that as your guide. 3, 2, 1.
Rest.
Believe it or not, I struggle with making sure I put enough weight on my back foot as well, so I always try to find the best tricks and hacks to make my brain remember.
1. All 3 lunge pulse.
Ooh. And pulse, pulse, pulse. And pulse, pulse, pulse. There you go, guys. Pulse, pulse, pulse. I bet your legs are feeling pretty spicy too.
3,
Pulse,
2,
pulse, pulse. And rest. We're about halfway, guys. Ooh. And 3,
3,
2, 1. Step back and pulse, pulse, pulse. And pulse, pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse.
2, 1.
Take a nice little rest. Whew. And 3, 2, 1. We're getting close to the end, guys.
Pulse.
Pulse, pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Almost there. And 3, 2, 1.
Rest.
Take a rest. We're almost there, just a couple left. And 3, 2, 1.
All 3 lunge pulse.
Pulse, pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Good job, guys. We're almost there. Remember, this is just a tiny little movement. You don't want too big of a pulse, just a little tiny one.
1. Rest.
All right, you guys. We are going to rest. We're taking a break.
3, 2, 1. Break.
So what we're going to do is we have our finisher up next. We're going to do Russian bicycles for 45 seconds, ski abs for 45 seconds, sprinter starts for 45 seconds and Spider-Man push-ups for 45 seconds. And then we're gonna hold that for a couple of seconds on each side before we wrap up. You get a quick 10-second break in between each one. So we're gonna move nice and fast. Get down on the ground because we're gonna start in 10 seconds with those Russian bicycles. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Russian bicycles. Up on your butt. It's okay if you're going slower. Go at your own pace. Just make sure you get that twist motion in there and you're balancing on your tushy. If you need to rest your foot, that's perfectly fine. We're almost there, you guys. About 20 seconds left. Woo, it's burning, it's burning. Oh, so close, you guys. So close, 15 seconds left. Oh, my glutes are burning too. And 3, 2, 1. We're gonna switch up to those ski abs, my very favorite. Get down in a plank position. In 3, 2, 1.
Ski abs.
Side. Now, if you're like, there's no way I'm jumping, you can walk it. I totally feel your pain, especially this morning. Walking it is perfectly fine. Just keep moving. That's all that's important, is just keep moving and keep going. You can do it, guys. Ooh, almost there. Don't stop moving. If you need to stop jumping like me, that's perfectly fine. You got 10 seconds left. You can do it. It burns. And 3, and 2, and 1. We're gonna take a break and go into alternating sprinter start. So some cardio time in 3, 2, 1.
All sprinter starts.
This has a little hop in there. If you're like, no way I'm hopping, that's okay. Just switch them up, but keep moving. We're almost done, you guys. Just a few seconds left. And we can stretch it out. Almost there, almost at the end. About 10 seconds left. Whew, I'm getting tired too. 7 seconds left. We can do it.
3,
2, 1. Spider-Man push-ups, you guys. We can do it.
3,
2,
1.
1. If you need to go from your knees, that's okay. But we're gonna push up. I'm just doing half a push-up. It's okay if you do half a push-up. Ooh. And we're gonna go down to the right and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the other side and hold 5, 4, 3. Awesome. All right, you guys, we're gonna get down on the ground and do some stretching before we wrap it up. So go ahead and get on your backs. And just take a moment to just lay there and do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Put your feet and your knees, your feet on the ground and your knees together, and just go ahead and sway those hips to the right and to the left. And then back over to the right. Rest your knees on the ground. Put your arms out to the side and go ahead and extend that left leg. Just relax it down to the ground. You can leave it in if you like. You don't have to extend it. Either way is fine. Just lay there for a second and stretch it out. Go ahead and bring that leg back in. We're going to switch our legs over to the other side. Go ahead and extend that right foot, that top leg, and just rest it on the ground. If you want to grab behind a little bit of an extra pull, go for it. You have to. I guess you can't see my leg. I'll have to work on placement. Go ahead and bring that leg back in. Whew. Just stretch your legs out. Absolutely nothing for When you're ready, go ahead and roll over. I'll move my mat back here so you guys can see me. Roll over onto your stomachs and pull back into a child's pose. So feet together, knees wide apart, and just stretch that out. We're going to come back up to a quadruped position, so that's hands and knees. What you're going to do is you're going to take that left hand and slide it underneath to your right and rest that shoulder on the ground and stretch that. I feel that. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Go ahead and relax it. Don't be too hard on your shoulder. Just give as much pressure as you need to. Relax a little bit if you need to as well. Don't overdo it. We're going to go ahead and thread to the other side, the right under the left shoulder, and just rest on that shoulder there and stretch that out. Oh, that feels good. And one more time, we're going to do the left arm under the right here. And back up. And the right over to the left. Come back up. Whew. Go ahead, we're going to go to a tall kneel position. We want to come up slowly. You don't want to get a head rush and teeter. And we're going to go ahead and stand up. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down and we're going to squat, put our hands on the ground, and lift those hips up. You don't have to straighten your legs all the way. Straighten them as best you can. Listen to your body, but you want to try to get a stretch, so do the best you can to straighten your legs, but don't overdo it. Go ahead and lift those hands off the ground and just go ahead. I like to grab my elbows and just relax. Soft knees and just feel that stretch. Go ahead and roll up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to slowly roll up. And there we go. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We almost made it through successfully without any glitches, but it was really great to see you guys. Come back and join us again. I'll have a new video for you on Tuesday morning. And in the meantime, see ya.